Good places. All right. Hello and welcome to your second merge tribal of Distortion Survivor Trials of Raw. We're going to start right away with Danny. Danny, can you answer any questions? I know you're off on mute and off camera.
Hi.
Hi, I'm just going to ask you a simple question real quick. You want to describe to the viewers what this fun challenge was and how you're feeling about being immune?
Pass. Pass. That's also my explanation. Pass.
All right. Let's go to Julia. Julia, can you answer any questions?
Yes.
All right, Julia. So, it was kind of discussed last round, but you come in, you're now not immune, but you were immune last round. How do you feel coming into a new round? No twist this time, and you're not safe.
I mean, unless I have immunity around my neck, I think I'm going home. It literally does not matter the situation. I think I'm going to go home. It's because I'm unmedicated right now. Um, but I feel good with the talks I've had, and like you can only be so confident in Survivor, but I feel good with the people I've talked to and the plan moving forward.
All right, I'll move to Lynn's. Lynn's, besides the unmedicated part, do you feel that's like a normal thing that everyone should be feeling right now? That, if you don't have immunity, that you shouldn't be safe, you shouldn't feel safe?
I mean, I know I definitely echo that sentiment. I am a super paranoid person, though. So maybe other people aren't as paranoid as me. Maybe other people, I don't know, don't have anxiety and think of the worst possible scenarios that could occur in any given situation. But yeah, I mean, it is Survivor and anything can happen. And Danny is probably the only one who does feel safe right now.
Right. Let's move to Eric. Now, Eric, you guys did go to tribal last round, and the tribe did decide to vote out Karen, and now Karen is sitting on the jury. Tell us about how the jury, it's only just starting, but tell us about the formation of the jury and the importance of the jury to you.
Yeah, this is something that I've talked about with some people that it's different because this is my first org, so I'm like, I'm just kind of going with the flow, and I didn't think about, well, one, that I would make it this far, and two, that like, oh, like actually, it's not more so about winning now, but I have to like think about who's on the jury. That's why I try to play a nice game. I think I'm very friendly. But when it comes down, because let's be real, if I make it to the final, whatever, that is God's work. But that would be a miracle. And so preparing to be on the jury, if I were to think about it that way, I'm also considering how I don't know. Like it would need to be a convincing argument if your argument is just like, yeah, we just kind of stuck with what we knew and like didn't actually have a game. That's a lame reason to win.
Right, we'll move to Kat. Eric brings up a good point about the different ways to win this game. So do you feel that it's more important to play a good game, or do you feel it's more important to play a winning game? And what I mean by that is, do you feel it's more important to play the game that you find deserving to win, or do you think it's more important to survive until the end and get those votes?
I think
it's good to play a game that is best for you. And if that translates into winning at the end, then that's like icing on the cake. I try to operate based on what makes sense for me at the time. So everything is with intention. So I think if you make moves or do things in this game with intention, then you know, it could translate to a winning game, but it depends on the perception of what is everybody's thought process on what is a good game or not. And everybody's different how they view that.
All right, we'll move to Claire. Claire, Cat brings up intention in these games, and now these orgs, anything can happen. It could be side v side, it could be very fluent. The way that the games work, how do you feel when you hear the words, playing your own game and such, and coming into this, especially now, there is no twist that's stopping anyone this round. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I definitely think everyone should play their own game. I don't really think that like a giant alliance picking everyone off one by one is necessarily your own game, because that would be 5 people's game. So, if that makes sense. But I think everyone should do what they think is best.
Right. Haley, tell us about the vibes at camp. There was a massive blowout in the immunity challenge, and you guys are coming into this. How have things been for the 10 of y'all?
Quiet. It's very quiet.
All right. Brandon, can you answer a question? All right, Brandon. Haley just said it was quiet at camp. Last round, there was a lot of talk of the twist, bringing a lot of fear into the game. Do you feel that it's been quiet, or do you have a differing opinion?
I mean, I don't know, define quiet. Was it quieter than last time? Yeah, for sure. Last time totally made it swampus and crazy. And you made it very, very, very difficult. So there was a lot of chatter as people were trying to navigate the situation. Has it been quiet? No, I've been talking to people that I've been talking to. It is kind of interesting to hear people saying like, hey, like we don't want like a side v side. We don't want a this, that. Yeah, I will say that there are some people who are quiet. And some of those people, I would love to talk to them. And so, yeah, sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's not. It just depends on how much people are willing to give you in exchange,
All right, we'll go to Z.
Quiet, that's extrovert problems.
All right, we'll go with Z. Now, Z, there are so many days left, and yet not so many days left in this game. What do you personally have to do to get yourself to the end? I mean, Eric said earlier, if he makes it to the end, it's going to be a miracle. Just, paraphrasing, but that could be that could be said for anyone in this game. It's not an easy feat to get to the end. So what do you feel personally someone has to do to get to the end?
I mean, I think you said it yourself. There's lots of ways to get to the end. I don't think there's any one way. I think there are some people here who are playing a proactive game, trying to make things happen. I think there are some people who are playing a very under the radar game, sort of trying to do bits and pieces without being spotted. And I think there are some people who have decided that their primary goal is just to make the end. And if they're a 0 vote finalist at the end, then they seem to be happy with that accomplishment. For me personally, it's just trying to be adaptable, trying to find things that could work, And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but like I'm not gonna die wondering, put it that way.
All right, and Austin, can you answer a question?
Yes.
All right, Austin, this is my signature question. In just one word, how do you feel how would you say people would react when the final vote is read and there is a person that's been voted out?
Informed. Mm.
And so, that being said, we ask our normal questions. Raise your hand if you feel that tonight is the night that I will be snuffing your torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we got some shaky hands. All right. And last question is for Grace.
Alrighty. If y'all were to compare this round to anything related to Egyptian culture, what would it be and why?
I've got my Ankh out. Ankh is the Egyptian symbol for life, and I think this round is all about life, living, dying. I think it's. I think that's the best I can put it. It definitely had to be around my neck today, though.
I mean, since we did a challenge about cats, and catching cats, and the Egyptian culture worships cats, I think you can compare this around to cats. Not me, just cats.
I just can't believe Danny's on a ride right now. She's fully on Winnie the Pooh doing tribal council.
Danny has been at Disney World since we played Chinese checkers.
Wait, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm like
But, like,
now just seeing her camera. That's crazy.
That's the dream.
I looked up and I saw Tigger and I
I
was
saw
like,
Tigger. I saw
Danny said, I'm immune. I'm going to Disney.
Petition to change her name to Disney L.
Diva
oh.
down, Danny.
All right. That being said, if anyone has any pre-vote advantages or anything else they'd like to say, now would be the time. All right. That being said, go to your prod chats and either bump your vote or submit one. As well, we are live in the VL, so if anyone has any shout-outs, now would be the time. I'm going to go finish my dinner and tally the votes.
I'm just gonna be watching her camera. I'm just gonna be watching Danny's camera stream because I've been missing Disney.
Ride, so I'm gonna turn my camera
Oh,
off.
sad. Next challenge: somebody take their phone on the Aerosmith ride.
When's final tribal?
What?
When's final tribal?
Wait, when is it? I know what week I know like the date range it is because it's literally going to be like right after my birthday.
So we don't have a specific date because we like to have you guys choose.
Okay.
On the calendar, it says the 12th of May.
Damn it. I was like, ask question on Rock and Roller Coaster for Grace.
My birthday is gonna be right after my birthday's May 12th. So y'all better be every single person better be ready to say happy birthday to me in a week and a half.
I'm putting it on my calendar.
So, what was everyone's highs and lows up today?
I rode the Little Mermaid ride, and that was a pretty good high.
I love that ride.
I was happy that Monopoly Go came out with the Star Wars album, so I was very into that.
I took a good workout class, but my low is I don't have a pina colada right now.
I genuinely thought you were going to say I don't have a penis.
You know, that too. I feel like it'd be cool. I don't know.
Danny, are you in Disney in California or Florida?
I live
Why
in
would you ever
Florida.
waste money going to Disney, California?
I'm going next year.
Danny, don't
It's the
betray
one.
Florida like that.
It's the 100-year anniversary of Route 66, so we're driving.
Really?
That's real.
That's so fun.
Period.
I was also planning a Disney California trip for next year.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm going all out though because it's gonna be like my one and only time because I don't
Yeah.
fly. So we're getting a VIP tour so we could get everything done in 2
Oh,
days.
sick.
Come,
Those are
come.
crazy though. Oof.
Yeah, but like we have a year to save up for it. So
That's fair. I'm sorry. I'm a big Disney adult, guys, as well.
I haven't been to the Disneyland in California. Well, we went a couple years ago when I went and saw my family. We only were in the downtown Disney area. We didn't go in the actual park though. But I was like a child. I was like 5 years old. I think the last time I went to California.
Nothing beats one of your friends' moms paying for you to drink around Epcot. Hi, Seb.
Hello, I have the votes, but first, if anyone has an advantage or a hidden immunity idol and they'd like to play it, now be the time to do so. All right, votes are locked. When I read the final vote, that person will have just a couple of seconds to say their goodbyes and leave the Zoom if they're on the Zoom. First vote. Linz. Second vote. Claire. Third vote. Linz. Fourth vote. Claire. Fifth vote. Linz. Sixth vote. Claire. That's 3 votes. Linz. 3 votes. Claire. Seventh vote. Linz. Eighth vote. Claire. Ninth vote. Claire. 10th and final vote. And the next person voted out a distortion survivor and the second member of our jury. Claire. Claire, if you have any final words, now be the time to say them.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Prod, for having me. There's you freaks. I hope you all have so much fun picking everyone off one by one. Blue Tribe. Julia, hope you win, babe.
Claire, it's been fun. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to play Distortion Survivor. It's been so fun hosting you. And Roll Tide, I hope that you have an amazing time. And
Roll
that being
Tide.
said,
Roll
Don't
Tide.
do that to her.
the
Do
tribe
not
has
do that
the
to
tribe
her.
has spoken. The
Oh,
tribe
kick me
has
while I'm
spoken.
down, Seb.
The tribe has spoken. You can leave the Zoom, Claire. All right.
Oh,
That being said, congratulations on making it to Final 9. I need you guys to stay on the Zoom real quick. It's just the part for the challenge, nothing too serious.
yeah,
That
stay on the
being
Zoom.
I didn't yell at you like that.
And I did.
All right, give me 1 second.
One of you are looking at me crazy like I don't do this on the regular.
No, I'm sorry. My mom texted me something freakish.
Freakish. Runs to your
All right,
protest.
so
Hello,
for
Rosie.
this next challenge, you guys will be divided into groups of 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick a time. We have 3 slots available, so I hope they work for you guys. It'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. EST, and 9 p.m. EST. The challenge will take a little bit longer, so we do anticipate that. That being said, you guys are here because, well, I gotta select you, don't I? So
We're
I
getting
have you.
randomized.
Yep. So how it's gonna work?
I know what the challenge is for people who want to ask me later.
1, 2, 3 is gonna be group number 1. 4, 5, 6 is gonna be group number 2, and 7, 8, 9 will be group number 3. And so Z, Danny, and Eric will be group number 1. Julia, Haley, and Kat will be group number 2. And Brandon, Linz, and Austin will be group number 3. We'll be adding you to group chats to discuss the challenge. Please discuss in there, please. That's why they're made. We will let you know if any times have been chosen. That being said, please try to make those choices tonight so that us on Prod can know for tomorrow.